Hey Mayzie, I wanted to show you a quick video that explains the code that I'll be sending you shortly. Um, so first, let's just go over what it does. It's this object test over here. So it's super simple. The point was just to discuss some of the concepts we talked about at Starbucks. So what you do is basically you can gift people stuff, and their happiness goes up and down based on what you give them. So I'm gonna gift a taco to Gur, right? And after every cycle of gift giving, it gives you a kind of a status of both Zim and Gur on how they're doing. So Gur is currently okay. If I give, a razor blade to Gur, nothing changed. Gur's still okay. He doesn't care about razor blades. If let's give another taco to Gur, oh my god, he's excited. He's asking you to marry him. If we give world domination to Gur, which he hates, the level goes back to you're okay. So that's the idea here. Is you're just giving gifts to various people, and then displaying what they currently feel about you. So Zim basically hates everything until you give him enough world domination, at which point he goes to the finally give him one more, he nothings you, and then finally he thinks you're okay, and finally, will you marry me? Okay. So now we've made Zim happy. So the code for this was pretty simple. Well, actually it's not simple, it's pretty clean. It uses some of the higher level concepts we talked about, like dictionaries and arrays and stuff like that. So let me just quickly go over the code. There's really just two. I created an empty RenPy thing, which basically I deleted most of it. I kept the character Eileen because I was lazy. I'll talk about one thing you ought to do with your character, but that I didn't do in this. So this is something you have probably in your thing already. It's the character that is explaining stuff. And then we just have the creation of our lists. So here's our list of NPCs. So we have Zim and Gur, but we could add another one. We could add another one, comma. What's the name of the dude? Oh my god, I can't remember the name of his friend. So whatever, I can't remember. I'll look it up. And we're going to say his NPC of type, and his real name is, I can't remember, is his name, and he starts off really happy because he's a happy dude. That's all I remember about him. So, we just added a new NPC here, and if we save it and run it, now we will see him just kind of included in everything. Oh, no, we won't. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I can't spell. It's in PC, non-player character. Save. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Run. So we start it, and taco, and we have a third person whose name I can't remember, and then now he's included. When we start with him, let's just give a taco to Gur. So Gur says, okay, but I can't remember is already at will you marry me. That's because we gave him the second parameter here, which is the current how much he likes you level. And I'll explain what that means in a second. So anyway, here's your list of NPCs. Here's your list of gifts. Again, I could add a new gift, and it would show up in the menus without any ifs or anything like that. Here are the affinities, and this relates a gift to a person, and then how much they like that. So for, Zim apparently does not like tacos, so he has a -1. Honestly, Gur loves tacos. He should have a 2 there, frankly, because he loves him some tacos. And so basically, anytime you gift a taco to Gur, it's going to change his how much he hates you level by 2. And if you gift a taco to Zim, it will change his to negative. It'll subtract 1 from his how much he likes you. So this is just the relationship of gifts to people and how much they like it. This down here is just, it's some, in order to get the menus to show up, I had to do a little bit of changing of these things up here. And if you want, you should look at the code and maybe it'll make sense. Hopefully it will. And then here's the actual code. We're just in an infinite loop while 1. And then we do the first menu, which is what gift would you like to give? And then it displays the menu. And then the second menu, which is to whom you would give this gift. It's important to use proper grammar in your games. And then lastly, so after we've chosen a gift and after we've chosen the NPC that's going to get that gift, we call the NPC gift item function with the gift that was chosen. And this is a lot of brackets. I get that. But that's how you deal with these things up here. And I'll do a quick video, which will hopefully give you enough to start with, and then we can sit down at Starbucks again and actually go over it in detail if you have questions. And then finally, we're just displaying the hate strings. You know, that's after we do the 2 choices. It gives the gift to whomever, and then we display the new how much everybody hates each other. Okay? So that's kind of the high-level code. It's really short, and when you're a programmer, this is what you love to have. You love to have your topmost level code be this short. So, you know, this is 62 lines, you know, that includes some comments and some white space and stuff like that. So it's, you know, all the functionality that we just saw, which granted it's not a lot, but you know RenPy, it could be pretty verbose. You could have a lot of lines in there without doing a whole bunch of stuff. This is a nice compact way of doing that. Okay, so this is the high level. And now I just created a file called classes.rpy, and this is where all the objects are that we're using. And again, this isn't very long. It's only 47 lines. So the whole program is pretty short. Admittedly, it's not doing that much, but you know, it's pretty tight. So again, this is all in Python. So apparently, this is how RenPy delineates between Python and RenPy. Is you do the init Python, and then so this is all in Python, all this stuff right here. And so what we have here is we have the NPC class definition, the gift class definition, which is really short. It just has one thing right now. It has a name. The gift affinity, which is the relationship between NPCs and their gifts and how much they like those gifts. And then finally, there's just a function that's kind of all by itself. It's not part of any class that displays all the hate strings. So this is what displays, you know, this right here. In this case, the three names with how much they are happy with you at the moment. And I'm not going to go over too much about how these classes work, except to say that the reason the NPC class is so complicated, and you're going to look at it and go, what the hell, is because RenPy doesn't make it easy to supplement their character class. So you know up here, Eileen, this right here, so there's an actual character class in RenPy, right? Ideally, what I would have wanted to do is just inherit a new class from the character class and add the stuff we want. Because, well, what we want a character to, you know, have a name just like that one does. But then we also want it to have like a hate level. How much does it hate you at the moment? And it could have a whole bunch of other stuff in it as well. But so this was just an example of something. This is where you put all of the attributes. Since you're creating a dynamic game where the NPCs react to you differently depending on stuff that happens in the game, normally you'd want to control that within this character class, or we're actually calling it the NPC class. So if you don't understand all this, that's cool. We can go over it in detail, but like this stuff here, honestly, I don't even understand what it did. I copied it from a website. It's just the way that you could get this class to behave like the character class. Because when we create our Zim and Gur, we're not creating a character. We're creating this NPC guy here. So we're actually creating this class instead of a character. And then we're actually creating one of the RenPy characters and storing it as part of this class. So it's a little strange, and we can go over this in detail. This is just some arcane RenPy stuff of how to do the interactions. But here's the gift item. So when you give an NPC a gift, you call the NPC gur NPC and dot gift item, and you give him a gift, and then basically it goes through all the affinities that we had stored up above, and it tries to figure out if that gift has a special affinity to it, whether this particular NPC likes that gift or hates it. And then we just simply, if we can actually find a match, then we just take our hate level and add the affinity. So, if we are gur, and so we're going to iterate over each of these 4 gift affinities that are just defined here. And if we find gur likes tacos and we passed in tacos, we're going to change his hate level by 2. Actually, it used to be 1, but I'll change it back to 1 probably, just so it's consistent. And so that's what the gift item is doing. It's doing the work of changing the level for the people. And so this is just, again, a way to keep the logic out of the main class here, the scripts class, and using kind of the object-oriented attribute of encapsulation, where you encapsulate the logic of like the class within the class itself, so you don't have it strewn all throughout your code. That's one of the object-oriented fundamentals. You tell the NPC how to gift an item. It knows how to deal with items, so you don't have this code all over the rest of the place. So you have an NPC, you say npc.giftItem, and you give it the gift as an argument, and then it figures out what to do with it. And also part of the NPC is how to display the hate string. So if you have gur, if you are looking at the gur class and you wanted to display his hate string, that's where it's doing here, and you can change that to whatever you wanted. Let me see if I can do this real quickly. I discovered something in Python. If you do Shift-O, you can get into this little thing here. So I was having problems. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't working. Usual debugging stuff, and so I was like, oh crap, that's awesome. We can go in here and actually look at things while it's running. So like, for example, there's the NPCs thing over here, right? It's global variable, NPCs right there. So I can go over here and I can do NPCs, and then in brackets you do gur. And then let's attribute. Let's just do char name. Let's see what the character name of gur is. Okay, Zoink. So it's gur. It prefaces strings with a U. I don't know why, but that's Python. If we wanted to see what gur's hate level is, we would do gur dot display hate string. Okay, just like that, and it would say you're okay. If we wanted to gift, so right now it's you're okay, right? So if we added 1, so if we gift gur another taco, he's going to go to the hypothetically line, right? So we're going to do npcs dot gur gift item, and we're going to gift gur a taco. So our gifts are over here. Remember, we have this we have this GIFs dictionary, right? And we're going to say, well, here, let me just do this in 2 steps so it's a little bit clearer, because it is, we're kind of, so we're going to say, okay, so this is what the GR NPC looks like. How about the GIFs sub taco? And what is that called? It's just called gift name. So the only thing the GIFs has in it is a gift name. So the gift name of a taco is, well, taco, not too complicated. So now so GIF sub taco, and that's in programming language, that's generally how you refer to it, is you'd say the collection name, which is GIFs, and then the actual item name, which is in this case taco. So GIFs sub taco is typically how programmers will refer to that. Is that, and this is NPC sub GR. So we're getting the GR instance of the NPC object. And what do we say? We're going to gift item, and we're going to gift the taco. That's not how you spell taco. The taco item. Okay? So this is the same command that you'll see over in scripts. Except instead of using NPC sub GR, we're using NPC of the choice name. You know, they actually choose GR or whatever. And then just like here, we don't say gift sub taco, we say gift sub whatever the choice name. So we do that. Down here, we're saying this is the command I'm about to type out. So NPC sub, we are saying single quote GR, but here it's the choice. Dot gift item gifts sub taco, although here it's gift choice, right? So that's what we're doing here. So if we do this, we're about to gift GR a taco. Blink. There's nothing returns from this function, so it's not that interesting, but let's up arrow. And now let's look at GR's hate string. It changed to will you marry me? Because we incremented his hate level by 1, because he loves him some tacos. Okay? So hopefully that kind of makes sense, and I just kind of want it to make enough sense that you could sort of look at it and start integrating these concepts into your code. And if you need help integrating these concepts into your code, let me know. And we'll do another Starbucks afternoon or something like that. I'm going to upload this video to YouTube, and I will zip up this project and email it to you shortly. Love you. Hope you're having a great Thursday.